All right, family, it's your brother Asad, and we are back again with another quick video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so that you'll be notified when we drop new content on this channel. Secondly, in terms of housekeeping, we have to make sure we give a special shout out and thank you to our South African family for all the love you guys have shown this channel. My family, my wife, our children, everybody, we greatly appreciate it. And to everyone else who supports the channel, we definitely appreciate it. Thirdly, March Madness is coming. We will be there March 12th through whatever, right? A whole lot of African Americans are coming, and we're about to take over for a little bit. March Madness is coming, so we are looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting a whole lot of people again, communing. We will do another meetup. I'm not sure of the date right now because I want to do it the first Sunday that we get there, but I'm afraid that we'll mess around and have a delayed flight and we'll get there too late and it won't work. So it may be that following Saturday, a week later. So we will confirm that at some point. But with all of that being said, we have a very special guest, two very special guests with us tonight. The reason why the brother is special is because he's from New Orleans. All right. He's from there, though. It ain't. And he my cousin. No. So this brother reached out via email, and when I saw his last name, listen, King, I know y'all know Dr. King, but King is not a very popular last name for Black folk. And when I saw it, and he said he was from New Orleans, I said, man, where your people from? And he said, Alabama. I said, my people come from Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, and Louisiana. And they skipped over Louisiana, went to Texas, and moved back to Louisiana. I said, man, we gotta be related, brother. He said, man, I'm from New Orleans. I live right there by Dillon. I said, I live right there by Dillon too. We know each other. He said he left in 2005. So this brother is he's a coach, he's a financial advisor, but he's also someone who has a serious love for South Africa. And why does he have that serious love for South Africa? Well, his wife is it feels so funny saying a color. That, you know, like she's a colored stuff. It's American perception. But she is a colored South African. And they are a couple living in Dallas, Texas, but are looking, well, they're kind of about to be bi-coastal, but I will let you tell them a little bit more without further ado. Brother Brian, would you care to take it on?
Absolutely, man. First, I want to tell you, thank you. That introduction was amazing. Thank you, sir. Like, man, is he reading a prompt or something? I mean, how is this man just flowing like this? Just boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it was good. This is how we talk in New Orleans too, by the way. But I got to tell you, man, it's just been a blessing to come across your channel. I have a passion for South Africa, been going since 2017. I met my queen there as well. Not in South Africa, but in Vancouver, Canada. Of all places, it was cold. You know, African in Canada. Wow. But going to the continent, just so blessed. Went there to go speak. I'm a motivational speaker. Was able to go out there and talk to different universities, University of Tux, went to Pretoria, talked in Joburg at some nice golf resort. I was like, Black people golfing. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I was out there in Cape Town. And then as we started to convene back and forth, one of the challenges is people is getting motivated, but how can we put some money in their pocket? Right. And that was the conversation that we had. I think I was so amazed of how developed it is. And so here's what I did, just a quick story over there, brother. I was taking all kind of pictures on my Facebook, so much so I was just showing the nice places. I'm going Table Mountain, 12 Apostles, Lion Head. I'm taking pictures in Joburg and Sand, and you know, they got the Mandela statue, and I'm just kind of standing like that's my uncle right there. And so I took all of these pictures right here, right? So much so that Johannesburg Tourism reached out to me and said that you're good for South Africa. We want to invite you to actually come and see where Nelson Mandela had his meetings, come check out his office, come to the archives. I saw where he got the medals from the Queen and just things that the average person doesn't see. And so I don't want to overtalk because I know this is going to be an amazing interview, but would you like to help out a little bit and just kind of give you a perspective? You know, don't be shy now. Don't be shy.
Hi guys, I'm Cindy from Cape Town. And growing up, in Cape Town, we were exposed to a lot of American movies. And so, when I met Brian, I was able to say, oh, um, African American this and African American that. And, I saw a bunch of movies with Eddie Murphy and all these Black American actors. Like, those were my favorite actors. And then he knew nothing about, my people. He didn't even know about South Africa. And so it was just a blessing to be able to meet him and to have our cultures come together, because we are so similar.
Yeah.
And especially him from being New Orleans and myself being from Cape Town, our cultures are so similar. The music, the dance, the food.
Big facts.
Just such a lot of similarities.
Even like the second line, what do y'all call it over there?
Oh, we call it the klopse. And so
Wow.
when I went to New Orleans, there were people dancing in the streets, playing the trumpets, doing this. I was like, wait a minute, this is what we do in Cape Town, And so just the similarities with regards to our cultures and, the way we think, the way we live. And so it's just been such a blessing knowing him. And I've always had a thing, for African Americans. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just,
My wife too. My wife too.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
I don't know what it was, And so I'm living in Vancouver. I just graduated, went there for a soccer scholarship, just graduated, with my finance degree. I go to a finance seminar, and Vancouver is an awesome place to live, very diverse. And so I come to the seminar and I just hear this boisterous voice.
Good morning.
Like that. And I was like, what God, is that you? Like, what speaking voice is that?
Moses?
I was like, what?
Come on now.
This is not a Canadian, this is not a Canadian. And there's not a lot of people of color, in Vancouver, which is fine. I didn't really care. For me, I love people, period. But there wasn't like a lot of Black in general, And so when I saw him come out to the office, I was like, okay, thank you. Who is this? But I had a straight face. I was like, I came here to learn, a new skill. So I wasn't bothered by, this gentleman over here, but his voice, the accent, and just, I don't know if you ever watched Trevor Noah. And this one skit, he was saying, he was practicing how to laugh American, like, my man. That's exactly how he was laughing. Oh, my word. Trevor Noah was right. There is an American laugh, So that's how we met. And I think more so than ever, more so than the culture, more so than, us both being, of African descent, but the heart that we had for people. And I think that's what kind of brought us closer. I told him about my story coming up on the Cape Flats, one of the most dangerous places in South Africa, surrounded by gangsterism, drugs, that's for myself as a female colored coming from the Cape Flats. It was the probability of me becoming a success is very slim. And so for me, I've been very blessed to have an awesome family. We weren't rich or anything like that, but we were rich in culture and in love. And so my parents always supported me in my sports. And so me playing sports, I got the opportunity to go to university. At the university, I was scouted to go to Pretoria. And then in Pretoria, I was scouted by a Canadian coach. And then I was shipped. I don't want to say ship, because it's Africa. I flew.
Don't say that word.
No, we don't say ship.
I flew. Not ship. I flew.
Paddling.
I flew economy class, but I flew to Canada, and just my perspective of the world, and just in terms of economics and just how uninformed we are as a nation when it comes to the market economics and stuff like that. It's beyond me how much we don't know about any of that. And so I went and I studied finance. And one of the reasons why I studied finance was because I saw my community and I saw that everyone was working, but no one had money. I was like, we're getting paid weekly, bi-weekly, but why doesn't anyone have money? Hence, mindset came, and I thought, it's a mindset. When it comes to money, we didn't have a healthy relationship with money. It came and it just like ran away from us. And then what I've also noticed is that even when we do get money, we don't know how to multiply it. We're putting it in a savings account, or we're putting it under the bed or in the freezer, you know, but no one knew how to multiply it. And most importantly, no one knew how to manage. Even the little that we got, we didn't know how to manage it. Hence mindset, multiplication, management, because that's how that's how people learn, and that's how you grow your wealth as well. So whenever we do our teaching, and whenever we teach people how to trade and all those things, we bring those three things together. And so that's how, in a nutshell.
Man, it was so much said that I got to go back, and then we're going to go forward there.
Please, brother. Please.
I am, I don't know if I should announce that quite yet, but I'm doing some research, and hopefully with a university there, it's looking pretty promising. But the research is called Distant Cousins.
Okay.
And it talked, and okay, what I'm looking at is the similarities between specifically New Orleans, Joburg, and Cape Town. So when you mention those similarities, you know, there's such a, first of all, African Americans and South Africans have a unique history. I believe one time on our call, when we used to, like those open South African dialogues, a sister said it was like, she was from South Africa. She said it was like having distant relatives who didn't know that we existed. So that's where I got the name Distant Cousins from, right?
Wow.
Like they knew we existed as African Americans, but we didn't know anything about them. So they knew our music, our culture. You could talk about the Cosby Show. I always say that, right? You could talk about the Cosby Show, and it's serious because I can say, you remember when Theo got that shirt made, Denise made that shirt, and everybody remembers it, right? They remember that episode, that Gordon Cottrell. So, but specifically New Orleans and South Africa have a very unique history together. For instance, the biggest parade, what's the biggest black parade here, Brother Brian?
Zulu.
Yes, the name of the parade is Zulu, right? New Orleans jazz gets exported in the early 1900s to Cape Town, and jazz becomes the music. Hugh Masekela, Miriam, what's her name? Makeba, right? They become these famous jazz musicians, but as their music is this revolutionary music against apartheid. But this is jazz music started by Buddy Bolden, and a schizophrenic here in New Orleans, right? What else? It was all kind of stuff. I forgot.
Yeah, there's like similarities with the Creole population.
The Creole and the colored population, exactly.
There's so much. But I met a young lady from Cape Town back in 2009. Now we met when I was in Tanzania, and as soon as I met her, it was like we had been friends forever. Like we just clicked. You know, it's like we had the same kind of humor and everything.
Right.
She was from Cape Town.
She's from Cape Town, yeah.
And I had no clue. Like I just, I was like, oh, you're from South Africa. That's cool. Da, 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 da. We got along so well, but it wasn't. I don't think I fully understood till we went to Cape Town, and I was like, this is why we clicked.
Right. There is a lot of similarities between the New Orleans and South Africa, but African Americans and South Africans in general. And and I think it's great. Some of the work that you guys are doing is kind of bridging those gaps. I always say, bridge the gaps and close
the divide.
Something like that. I always say it, but I forgot right now. Build bridges and close the gap is what I say. That's what I say. Build bridges and close the gap. But so now you guys meet in Vancouver, right? When do you, Brother Brian, first get to the continent, or had you been before?
Watch this story, man. So in my speaking career, man, she gonna laugh at this story. No, don't be clowning your boy. She be like, I told you, know what you talking about. Well, you see, you can't watch them red girls. Anyway. At the time, man, I had been wanting to grow my speaking business. There was a guy that came into town. His name was J.T. Fox. Was really throwing around the big names, 50 Cent, Sylvester Stallone. And they had an option to buy a package where I could go to Johannesburg, speaking to 1,700 people, take photos, the whole nine. And I was like, man, sold. Package was $21,000. I put down a $5,000 deposit, and I called my lady, and I'm like, guess what? I'm going to Joburg. She said, really? Where you going to speak at? So I told her the name of the place. I'm looking at the paper. I forgot, and I wasn't using wisdom. So, gentlemen, if you have a good woman, ask questions, especially if they're from them. Yeah, that'll save you some time and energy right there. So she calls around and she says, baby, you're going to an event that is actually free to attend. And the people that's attending the event want to be able to get on stage too. So, you know, I try to go out there and cancel that credit card. I'd be like, man, I don't know what happened. I'm walking in the alley. They made me sign it. Sign it up. We taking you out, bro. It's over. Hey, and side note, read what you signed. So I got a credit, came back, and they took the $5,000 back. I'm kind of upset. She said, I tell you what, let me call some people. So she calls the school that she went to, University of Pretoria, elementary schools in Cape Town. And I got to speak at 7 to 8 different places.
Wow.
And I saved $15,000, $16,000.
Wow.
And so that was the first time I went, man. I was so humbled the first time I went. I remember, man, I got, because I'm a John Maxwell coach. And so there was a coach out there that's from Joburg. And we were marketing together so I could actually speak and we can speak together. And I sit in this room full of beautiful Black people, man, and they wanted to come and hear the Americans speak. And I said, listen, I said, I speak the language of the people that colonized us. My last name is King, but that's only given to me because whoever bought my people. But I actually come to learn from you. You can tell me generations, you know what your last name means. There's 11 official languages out here, and yet I want to learn from your culture. And man, we just connected, brother. And I just said, this is home. I don't know. I'm going to find out a way to get here. I don't know how it's going to happen because I got other children, but I'm coming home. So yeah, man, I don't know if that answered the question, man, but that's what it was.
So I want to pose a question, kind of like the inverse. First of all, Cindy, right? So you said you grew up kind of looking at African-American culture, whatever have you. So when you first, I know you guys were in Vancouver first, but when you actually got to like US proper, what was that feeling like? And then Brian, when you were in, you know, when you first landed in Joburg, you know, on the continent, what is that feeling like? Because I don't want to, I'm just going to ask it and then I'll give my little 2 cents. Go ahead.
Well, for me, you know, it was always a dream of mine to go to America. Probably everyone in my family, we wanted, the dream is the American dream, right? And also me being a soccer player, the best team in the world is, of course, the USA. And so I've always wanted to study in America, play in America, because that's where it was at. The first time I came to America was 2012, way before I met Brian, because I had gone to Canada on a scholarship and we played against teams in the USA. So I've always wanted to play in the USA. So that was one dream of mine fulfilled. Because I got to play on American soil. So I felt like I was at the World Cup and at the Super Bowl. And I was just, you know, my dream came
America.
true, you know. But, yes, I felt like Eddie Murphy, you know, coming to America. And so I came here and I just felt like every time I would come over to America, I had this, I don't know what it was, just like butterflies in my stomach, just being on American soil, because I think media is so influential, because everything that we saw, all the TV shows, the Parkers, My Wife and Kids, you know, Eddie Murphy, you would ask me like, I would know more American musicians than I would South African musicians, because it was just all over your Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, All My Children, The Young and Everything. But I knew all the movies, everything was just like American centralized, right? And so when I finally got there, it was like, wow, you know, I'm in America. I felt so cool, you know. But as time goes on and I'm, you know, kind of growing into who I am, becoming a woman, kind of learning the culture and stuff like that, I started to notice that there's not much difference. You know, I think I was in the honeymoon phase of, you know, coming to America for the first time, but then as I started going consistently, I started to see, well, these people in Walmart that's buying groceries just like people in Pick and Pay and ShopRite, you know, I mean, because we see Hollywood, right? We see Hollywood, we see the movie stars, we see, you know, life, the fun and all of those things, but we never really got to see kind of real life Americans. And then when I started to see, I'm like, we're no different here.
Right.
Everyone's hustling. trying to make it, working hard, you know, just like in South Africa, there's people that are struggling, you know, and there's people that are thriving as well. And so for me, and then I met Brian. So and you know, for me, this is a stereotype, but I thought every black guy that was tall in the NBA. Because whenever I'd see a tall guy, I'm like, oh my God, he must be a football player.
He work at Home Depot.
NBA. Oh my God.
In Metairie. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
like
he must be in the NBA,
Hey.
you know, because he's tall and he's black. Anyway, so that was squashed, you know. But for me, just coming to America, just because it was always projected as the land of the free, milk and honey, the American dream, right? And then in order for me, I always felt that in order for me to be successful and to help my family financially, I had to get to America.
Yeah.
Then I get here and I'm like, I could be successful anyway.
Yes, true.
And
Big
so
fact.
my mindset started to change, and I was like, and then I met Brian, and Brian's like, no, you don't need to be in this country to be successful. You are confident, Cindy. You're smart. You know, he just kept on affirming, like, no, you're a brilliant young lady. You can be successful in South Africa, China, wherever. And I was like, really? So sometimes it just takes one person to kind of change your mindset and be like, no, you can be more successful in Africa, because I thought, you know, the currency exchange, there's more opportunities. Everyone, mostly South Africans, are like, there's more opportunities outside of South Africa, outside. And now I'm starting to see people are coming to us, you know, which is crazy. We're like, why are you coming to South Africa? Everyone's telling us to leave and go. And everyone was telling me, Cindy, stay. It's more opportunities, it's safer, stay. And my heart has always been for my country, and I'm just so thankful that I found a husband whose his heart is equally as for Africa as is mine. So
definitely.
You know, I was before you respond to the question, I want the propaganda machine of the United States is so efficient and so effective. It is powerful. It is powerful that the entire world, let me not say the entire world, many people in the world want to come to the United States for the American dream. And I tell my South African families, stay at home. This ain't gonna do nothing but kill you over here. And listen, Pearl Tusi, I always talk about this. She was on an interview with the Mac G podcast, right? And he said, man, you know, you spent some time stateside, and you know, what's it like over there? And her response was basically, there's a lot of money to be gotten in the United States, but you have a better quality of life here in South Africa. And just, I'm sorry, I gotta go there because I watched this movie last night. It was called Inventing Anna. I don't know, it's on Netflix. It's about this German, she's not German. She faked her way to being, she had everybody in New York believing she was just heiress, right? Like this aristocrat, rich, and she was lying. And the movie is, or the series is about this journalist trying to, you know, uncover her story. And here's America in a nutshell. The journalist is 9 months pregnant, at work, in the newsroom, her water breaks. She's about to deliver this baby, and she's on the phone like, I can't leave until I get this lady to commit to this story. And I was like, that's America. America has tricked you into believing that you need to be this overachiever, this overworker, this overproducer, right? And even to the detriment of your child. Your child is pushing between your legs right now, baby. You need to go. You see what I'm saying?
Keep working.
You need to go. and he's still working, and that's what I think I admire, I should say, about South Africa. When we go out to eat with our South African family, man, it's not that 1 hour we gotta go hurry get the food, sit down, let's go eat, blah 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 blah. Man, we went to one place and we stayed there 5 hours.
Bruh.
Bruh. That's some real black stuff right there going on. You know, 5 hours. And it was like, no one's asking us to leave. Right. And I mean, we should have left.
Check whenever
Yeah.
you're ready.
We're not 5 hours.
Golden Corral, like,
overdoing it.
Yeah, we closed it down.
man.
Close it down.
Well, go ahead, Brian. Tell us, what it felt like when you first landed in Africa.
It was funny, man. So we arrived in Joburg, and coming from the city, man, it's a feeling, and unless it's changed. Back in the day, New Orleans was 50-50. And so living in Dallas, man, it's a lot different. But coming there, man, I'm looking at billboards. I'm seeing the people, man. I'm walking in the mall, and it's nothing but just beautiful Black people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing that blew my mind was I was expecting camels, dashikis, didn't see none of that.
Right.
She laughing at me. Boy, I was like, baby, you think this dashiki gonna look at it?
I was like, you can wear jeans and Jordans.
Oh,
fine, but
let me add a little bit. So then, I go to Cape Town because they cool in Cape Town. That's like the California, South Africa. You know what I'm saying? They chilling, man. And so I meet some Cape Coloreds and some Black South Africans and just people in general. And I felt like I was in the US, man.
Yeah.
Until I opened my mouth, you would not know that I was not from there. That's one thing that blew my mind up. The structure of the homes on the ocean, man. I was like, man, I don't have any place that I could relate to US-wise besides Malibu.
Malibu, yeah.
Right.
Miami,
Right.
South Beach, like that's Sea Point, South Beach right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get in Camps Bay.
Mhm.
And then I felt upset because at that time she ain't been in New Orleans. So I said, listen, we got this beautiful ocean called Mississippi, the Gulf of Mexico. It's a little dirty, but listen, the water's still good. And people can still eat crawfish out there. So it gave me perspective, brother, because I'm not from mountains. You don't understand where we come from. We're from a bowl, man. So never seen mountains like that. Never seen the two oceans touch.
Wow. Yeah.
Man, I would literally stand outside and just, wow. And then I said, you couldn't have paid me to leave here.
Yeah.
Because I would hear statements and I would stand up for different African immigrants, man, and just more so South Africans. And so somebody would say something stupid like, go back to Africa. I said, you must not understand what Africa looks like.
You only knew.
Yeah.
If I showed you what Sun City looks like, you'd leave with me today and leave everything that you got and come with me, man. So just to kind of roundabout answer your question, the exposure affected my life.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that we live in a very big world. And I even tell people I live in Europe. I vacation in Africa, specifically the South, West, and I'll go to Cairo and stuff as well, man. But that's how I look at the continent, man. It's just a high quality of life.
Yeah, man, that is wonderful, brother. And yeah, when they told me, I remember from third grade, a white girl in third grade told me, go back to Africa. This is during the time, brother, you'll know this. David Duke was running for state representative out there in Metairie.
Yep.
The
And
white girl
Mandeville
told
too.
me,
Yeah.
huh?
He was in Mandeville too, I think, as well. Yeah.
Well, he might have been. He did go to Mandeville at one point,
Yep.
where a lot of white people. But anyway, the white girl told me go back to Africa, and I held that for years, And I said, I got a cake baked for you. Yeah, you want me to go back? I got something for you, baby. I'm out. You did?
Out here.
I'm out.
That
That tells you about the type of psychological manipulation that has taken place with African Americans, where the idea go back to Africa is seen as an insult. Why is it an insult? Because we have been propagandized to believe that Africa is the jungle, that is underdeveloped, that there's nothing over there. So that when you touch down on the soil, all of those lies are erased. When you're walking through Rosebank and you're like, man, or you go to the Santon Mall and you see a line in front of the Gucci store or the Louis Vuitton store, and it's a whole line full of black folk, and you like, man, wait a minute. Huh? Them white people been lying.
How you know that?
I'm the one that's doing bad.
Say, huh, bro? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I had to tell my friend that came from South Africa. This is before we ever went to South Africa, but she came to New Orleans to visit me.
A couple of times, yeah.
And I was like, after we got to Cape Town, I was like, man, I didn't know. Like, you probably thought, you probably felt sorry.
You be like, this is New Orleans. She'd be like, sit down.
Like, oh, it's got this charm.
Think about it in the city. The best thing we could show, like, to nice would be Saks Fifth Ave. You know what I'm saying? right across by the what is that? By off of Peters.
Yeah. Canal Place.
Yeah, Canal Place. I was humbled, bro.
Yeah.
I was humbled.
Yeah,
Seriously,
definitely. Definitely. I
Some
mean,
of my
I was,
friends, oh, sorry.
huh? Go ahead.
Some of my friends thought I was bougie, you know, so I'll be up in, you know, Vancouver and whatever. And they're like, oh my word, look at this beauty. I'm like, okay.
Right, it's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you seen Table
okay.
Mountain? No.
I mean,
For real.
I was like, okay, you know, cool.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
That.
Yeah, I thought her husband was bougie too.
Who that?
My friend's house.
Oh, yeah.
Bougie. I still joke with her about
Yeah,
that. You know, he brought us some like wine from Cape Town, the whole nine.
man, we
I'm
must
like,
we don't even much drink.
Yeah.
We don't drink no alcohol, man. But he was, and look, I some funny story. So, bro, he's Zulu from KZN, right?
Yeah.
Right? He's Zulu. So he'll dumb me. You know, I ain't that smart. I said, bro, let's go take a ride. I want to show you something. So I'm driving down Broad, and I took him past the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. And he read the name Social Aid and Pleasure Club. He said, is it a strip club? I said, no, man, ain't no strip club. No, that's a Mardi Gras organization, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it was very different. I mean, it was very different once we got to Cape Town to see like the juxtaposition of New Orleans versus how developed and I'm really telling people like, yeah, going to Joburg is going to be a step up for us. Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah, step up.
So
Wow.
that's the first time I've ever heard that.
But it's the truth. You know, New Orleans people be lying to themselves. They be lying to themselves. Because let me tell you what happened. Huh? He said, that's why you left?
Yeah, bro. And I got my partner, he come over there, man. He lived right there by, man. You know, right where they got that rallies, bro, off of, gosh, it's been a long time, but I want to say off of Esplanade, where they got the rallies, it's a corner. If you keep on going, you run into Metairie. So maybe 2 blocks from Lakeside Mall. They got a rallies. It's a cross street. If you drive about 1.5 miles, Lakeside is right there on the right.
Okay, I know what Lakeside is,
yeah, right up there. And he would come to Dallas, man, my partner, man. And I'd be like, bro, I don't know how you go back, man.
Yeah.
And he's very progressive, man. Just one of those, man, likes nice things. And I don't knock the city. It's just, man, there's too much money that comes in there. Where is it going?
Where's it going?
Right.
Where's it going, man? You know, don't tell me Nagin took all of it. Come on, man. So, you know, the stuff is going sideways. I went to church with that brother too, man. He did reform himself, man. He was changing a little bit. He was a good brother, man. But just seeing the city, man, I had to ask a question. I remember this was a billboard that was on 610. And it said, go to your neighboring state. And at the time, 40,000 for teachers. And so this was 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
You know, brothers and sisters was graduating to become teachers, making $21,000, $22,000.
True.
And we had to go to Texas to increase our standard of living. So I think what helped me out before I even got on this journey was, one, getting out of my comfort zone, because when I moved to Dallas, 48% of the people that live here are not from here, bro. So I'm around Indians, Asians, Arabic, Zimbabwe, Nigerians, Ethiopians. Dude, we can lead the whole list. And so I got used to being around more people, man. And so when I started to travel to Vancouver, a little bit different, but that actually got me ready to go overseas. Because what I found out with a lot of our people, and especially being in the South, we travel to Florida, Mississippi, Alabama. You know, we have people that dream of, you know, before they die, they want to go to New York, which is only a 3-hour flight. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's
no, brother, you hitting so many things on the head. You know, pre-Katrina, New Orleans was 70% black, 68% black. All we know is black and white down here, black, white, and Creole, and they identify as black too. That's all we know. So I knew people pre-Katrina who going to Baton Rouge was going out of town. That was a big deal. Drive 45 minutes was a big deal. Like, man, we going to Baton Rouge. Matter of fact, let me stop faking and fronting. It was me. My mama lived in Alexandria.
You that man.
And listen, my mama is from Alexandria, which is,
man.
3 hours away. And we used to think, when I was a little kid, you know, I'm about to go to Alexandria, like I'm going out of town, driving 3 hours to this rural town in northern Louisiana or central Louisiana was a big deal. you know, and that's New Orleans right there.
Yes, it is.
People
Blue Bayou.
Blue Bayou, big
Mhm.
facts. We going to Blue Bayou. That's, oh man, that's, we living the life now.
Come on, man.
So, but anyway, man, and let's get back to SA. So now, what type of work are you guys doing in SA?
So my husband and I, we both day traders, and we also teach people how to do it. So we have a course that we do online, and we teach, 3 times a week. We have a course that they can do self-paced as well. So the work that we're going to do in South Africa is more kingdom-minded, and so we support other organizations who are, helping the community. And we're also going to have go to Johannesburg to teach, it's on leadership and finances and all of those things. And while we're teaching, we're also, earning while you're learning. And so we want to always be mindful of the M3 strategy, which is the mindset, multiplication, and management. When we first met, it was, leadership training. What can we do to help the people? How can we empower them? But at the end of the day, people, we need some money, in order to advance your life and your purpose. And so we teach people day trading so that they can fund their purpose. And so that's basically what we're going to do. So teaching, ministering, and not just ministering with words, but with our finances as well. And so we've been giving to a lot of organizations there as well. So.
I don't know what day trading is. I'm not that smart. What is that?
Oh, come on, brother. Boy, I was waiting for this question now. So investing in the stock market, there's actually 4 main assets you can trade: stocks, futures, Forex, and options. And so in essence, I feel like I'm Robin Hood. I work for a private education firm that was almost like the Rolls Royce and Mercedes-Benz of trading education. And I've been able to take that knowledge that I've accumulated almost 6-7 year period and share that with the people that just wouldn't normally have access. That education in the States, people would pay between $25,000 to $50,000, which is almost R500,000. And so when we go overseas, man, we can go and teach you how you can get outside of your economy with the czar and dive into the US economy, the Great British Pound, or even the euro as well. It's been a blessing, man, because what we've learned is I don't like to give handouts, I give hand-ups. And so many people, man, are working, but they just need an opportunity and a chance just to have access to what we get in the first world country. And we're going to serve. So we have 9 employees overseas. I've got a big contract out of Baltimore, which I'm in front of thousands of people each and every day, 5 days a week. And because of the platform, all I need is an internet connection. So I can go right overseas and do what I'm doing right here and still make the money from this side and then help build business overseas as well.
Yep. Man, that is phenomenal, man. Like, yeah.
So, are you teaching a lot of South Africans? Are they signing up for your classes?
Ooh, can I, you want to share the story? You share the story because you're South African. You go ahead, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
So, that's how I met Brian. I graduated finance. I worked at an investment firm where I was trading money for high net worth clients. And I was trading money basically for millionaires, making them a lot of money. And in order to get into my company, you needed to have a net worth of $500,000 $1 million. But my people, we were nowhere close to that. So I needed to find a way. How can we put money in people that are, getting little bits of money per month? How can they multiply what they receive at the end of the month? If it's $1,000, how can they take $200 and multiply it? And that's how I came to know Forex exchange, so currency trading. So that's mostly what we do. Hence how I met Brian, because I attended a finance seminar wanting to learn how to do this, because my company, we weren't doing currency trading. We were doing like stocks and mutual funds and other stuff, but I didn't know the currency part of it. That's how I met Brian. And so fast forward, COVID happens. He loses a big contract with this education company.
6-figure contract. Just gone.
Contract. I was pregnant. We had just gotten married, pregnant. He loses his contract. It's COVID. And so we're sitting here like, oh my word, what are we going to do? So we are trading. That's our main source of income at the time. And we were busy sitting and we were like, what can we do? My family's in South Africa, they're struggling, other family members, friends, and then we were just like, what, let's just teach people how to trade. We can't send any money right now or anything like that, but we have internet. COVID didn't affect the internet, so let's teach people. So I posted to Facebook, hey, if anyone wants to learn how to trade, attend this information session that we had. So we had an introduction session and there was like 100 people. We thought it was just gonna be like family, friends, you know, whoever on Facebook, whatever. And we did it absolutely free, like for like 6 months. So we were teaching, talking, doing the M3 strategy, leadership training, and teaching people how to make money in the market for 6 months straight, almost like what, 5 days a week.
6 days a week.
Was it 6 days a week?
The lockdown just made me go hard.
6 days a
Right,
week.
yes.
And then eventually we started, hey, we got a good product over here, like education. And so we kind of bundle it together. And then we started, you know, charging people, like not charging, but more like an investment, because we wanted to have the principle of investing in yourself. Not everything is free, right? But for the first batch of people, we're like, okay, this is free. And then we went on to, you know, started charging the tuition. And then eventually it came over to Americans were seeing what we were doing, the South Africans, and then Americans came over and they also wanted to know how to do this Forex thing. And then we started teaching them. And so now it's just the past few months, it's been
amazing.
It's phenomenal. You know, people are signing up, wanting to learn how to take charge of their own finances. Because at the end of the day, no one, what was the word you always say? No one cares more about your money than you.
Right.
You know, and so if anyone that you're ever going to trust more with your finance, it's going to be yourself. And so we creating awareness, you know, and my thing always has been just to teach like financial literacy, mindset, how you can multiply it. And so we've been able to not only teach financial principles, but also kingdom, because at the end of the day, our mission is to expand the kingdom of God. And day trading for us is just a vehicle. We're merely vessels. And so a lot of people, they have passions, they have their purpose, they want to serve in the ministry, but they don't have the money to do it. And so we're able to provide that platform for them, that education platform for them, where they're able to make money every day in the market and fund their passion.
Man, you know what? And that it is incredible, because too often the money part of ministry is left out. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like James Cone. Well, let's talk about James Cone talks about the prophetic and the prophetic and the priestly, right? The prophetic is, you know, speaking truth to power, foretelling and forthtelling. And the priestly is kind of dealing with those religious things, but as well as the people, right? The people's concerns and their needs. Too often we are so caught up in certain aspects of the priestly. Let me make sure you get saved. Let me make sure you get baptized. Let me make sure you come to church on Sunday. Let me make sure you attend Bible study. But we are not teaching some of the things that those real tangible, and I say we, because it's a problem in the mosque too, right? We're not teaching some of those real tangible things that people need, those to how to be successful in life, and even defining what success is.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? We have to define what success is in the eyesight of God, you know, a biblical success or a Quranic success versus a worldly success.
Absolutely. I love that, man. I just got to ad lib because this is just so special to me. One, I just give, you know, this honor to God for opening doors. And what I mean by that is we had seasons of development. One thing I always tell people from the stage is proper preparation precedes destiny. And so we had a beta test. We had to go through. We had to get tried. We had to get the grit and perseverance and character building. And then after that, we had that hope, which is anticipation. But a lot of believers, and I'm just speaking on the Christian side, have words. I believe in God to do this, but they don't take any action. And so one of the greatest faith things that you can do is be prepared. You can execute. Watch this. Why do I need to wait till when I can go to heaven when I can live on earth like that? Why I need to be telling, I can't wait to get to the streets of gold, but I'm living in a dirty house and my feet dirty and I'm hungry today. So our message is a little bit different. You're not going to hear a bunch of scriptures being quoted. Our favorite one is this one, Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added. Watch this. All these things is all these things. So I'm about people. If I'm serving people, loving people, encouraging people, telling them how to have dominion in their health, their wealth, their finances, their family, regardless of whatever your affiliation is, tell me you don't want that. And the answer is, above all, yes. So now we put that to the side. Let's do business. Let's encourage. Let's motivate. Let's take what's ours. And by the way, you don't have to pray for it because it's been told that it's yours already.
Go ahead and claim it. And when you said that scripture, all I could think about was Claire Huxtable up there at the Hillman College singing that song.
Come
You
on
remember
now.
that? You remember that?
Come on now.
You don't remember that? Seek ye first. And the choir.
Yeah, that
See,
boy
you
done
wasn't
put it all
no- you
together
wasn't
when
no
I
real
got bound. Then
Cosby
it connected
fan,
back.
man. You wasn't
But
watching the Cosby show. Yeah, visited him, and man, somebody watch my South African family gonna be in the comments, and they gonna say, "I remember that episode."
come on, man. Episode 227. Brenda, is that you? Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man,
an 80s baby. I'm an 80s baby, man. So, yeah, I remember those,
definitely,
man.
man. Well, so when you guys headed back to SA?
We're going March 16th, man. We're gonna stay for a couple of months. I'm excited, man. We have 9 employees out there. I'm getting them ready, man. We got a great contract in place. And so we're just looking to build, man. We want to connect with people. We want to get our footing, man, in the universities and the schools and business. Because think about it, and I had to say this to our students, and I remember when we first started to teach, when they would hear me teach, man, I would tell them the opportunities that they had over there because they thought it was crazy that I was an American. I wanted to come to South Africa. And I said, do me a favor. I want you to drive around your land and let me know how many nice new homes you see getting built, new construction, new places. And the question you have to ask yourselves is, who are they building it for? Now, how is it they telling you that you need to leave, but you got people coming from all over to come to get residents, to be investors, to buy property? And I said, perhaps you need to put on my shoes and I can put on yours. So the last time I stayed in June, I stayed for about 6 weeks. I stayed long enough to be out of tourist mode. I had conversations from all sides, from my Cape Coloreds to my white South Africans to my, what is it called, the Boers? I don't know if that's derogatory, but yeah. The farmers, okay, gotcha. And I'm speaking of my black South Africans. And I was amazed because what I noticed was there was a difference of opportunity. Now, here's one story that blew my mind, man. I'm at a gas station, and for the people that are US, you don't pump your own gas. That's a job.
Right.
And these brothers from Zimbabwe, they hear me speak, and they said, man, you American. And I said, I am. I've kind of felt special, boy. Got the US on my chest. And he says, man, you live in a second heaven.
You see? Got all the flag in the back.
Yeah, all of that, stars coming July 4th. We were still slaves, but this came down. I felt free at the moment.
Yeah.
But this brother said that you live in a second heaven. Where? America. Where else could you go and start with nothing and have something? Brother, I was so humbled, man, because then he was kind of talking about just xenophobia a little bit, which I wasn't, too accustomed to. And I was just gaining perspectives, man. So when I came back home, I came from a sense of gratitude to say, I've been blessed to be here. Let me get these resources, my education, my connections, and let me bring it back overseas so I can go serve. So yeah, man, that's just where we are, brother.
And I think what's nice is that having, African Americans come over and telling us what we have, because we don't recognize what we have. It took me going to Canada, to the USA, to appreciate what I had back home. And so that's just been, I'm so appreciative of coming from South Africa. I had no idea the resources and the stuff that we have back home, because I was looking for the diamond outside and didn't realize that it was inside this whole time. And so, because when we look at African Americans, we look at prosperity, we're like, wow, if only we can get to America, then we will be happy, then we will be successful. So I'm coming back to South Africa to change the mindset and say, we coming back and saying, no, you can be so much more successful just being at home. And so that's been our biggest thing that we want to change, is that you don't have to go outside. The diamond is right inside.
And what we want to change for Black Americans is to realize that the world, so I know you guys come from a Christian perspective, but the Quran has a very interesting pericope. And it is these people who are being oppressed. Now, this is for my Muslims, they get all, well, you didn't say that technically right, brother Assad.
But right.
Yeah, right. But I want to say it like this. They go to the angels and they say, man, we're being oppressed in this land. And the angels don't take the opportunity to say, well, God has your back and we're going to liberate you. Don't you worry, and just pray. And the angels look at the people like, bruh, didn't Allah make an earth big enough for you to migrate? What you talking about you oppressed? They got a whole world out here.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So for Black folk who are sitting in the United States, feeling trapped, feeling that pressure, feeling that heavy weight of racism, white supremacy, and having to deal with white privilege on their jobs, Black inferiority Black inferiority complexes and mindsets, right? There's a big old world out here, man.
Huge.
There's a big old world out here. There are places where you go where you are valued, right? Not just tolerated. So that's what we also, whereas South Africa has, we want to make sure South Africans can understand they can be successful in South Africa. As the sister was saying, I want Black Americans to know that you can be successful anywhere in the world.
Come on, man.
Anywhere in the world. We built this nation. And we say that with such a cavalier mindset, with not understanding the gravity and the real substance and the density of that statement. If we built this country as a fact, it's easy to go anywhere in the world and build. If the man called the United States a second heaven and we built it, we can go anywhere in the world and build a second heaven.
Come on, man.
We've already been given the tools. And finally, I'll say this. In closing.
In closing. Just two more games. One more game.
In closing, biblically, the children of Israel, Moses had to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Well, I'm saying it's 2022, Pharaoh has already let us go. We got to let Pharaoh go as Black people.
Wow.
So,
you practiced that one. That was good, though. Hold on. Don't
look,
that was good, yeah.
Deliberate timing and everything.
Hey, come on. You put some of that filet on there. Hold on. That was good,
yeah, man, but brother and sister, it has been such a pleasure speaking with you guys. And man, we will be there on the 12th.
Okay.
You say you leaving on the 16th? That's my birthday. And
wait. Stop. My birthday, 16th, 1981.
Wow.
What's happening? Listen.
Mine is March 16, 1979. I'm 43.
I'll give you a little bit of respect, yeah? Yeah, I put two on top. Come on, man.
The same last name, the same birthday.
Yeah.
Woo!
What a coinky dink.
Look, watch your head. Hey, where your daddy at? Hold on.
Is it serendipitous? Is that the word? I always be using that word in the wrong context.
Yeah. I need to get in the sword when you said it. I'm like, how you spell it? SERP?
So
that's crazy, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
say, man.
Oh, when's your birthday? Maybe we have the same birthday.
December 31st.
Oh no.
No, we're close. Almost nothing. There you go.
I've been like, this is spooky.
Man, man, that's wild, man. That's wild. I believe in divine connections, brother, man. Wow, man. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yep. My wife said you reminded us of somebody, and you do. You remind me of my good friend, Hero. Roosevelt. Roosevelt is from Shreveport, though, but he embraced the city of New Orleans with a deep, strong, firm grip. He more New Orleans than me at this point, because I've been like, man, you can have this raggedy city. I'm out.
Here you go.
You know what I'm saying? But you give me that vibe. You give me his vibe, and he's one of my best friends that we have still left in the city, man. So it was an absolute pleasure to meet both of you guys. Man. And I enjoyed this conversation. So I was saying all that to say we're there on the 12th. So when you guys get there on the 16th, we definitely got to hook up 16, 17, 19. Wait, I skipped.
Got you.
Skip 16, 17. You know how we count.
Yeah, absolutely. Send your number to me, man. Send your number, man. We definitely got to chop it up, bro. But I mean, from the birthday, same city, same folks. Come on, man. Going to the come on, Dad. Come on, man. Come on, man. So wow. God work in mysterious ways, and it's only mysterious to you because you can't see his plan. The Quran says that man plans, Allah plans, and indeed Allah is the greatest of all planners. And I know my South African be like, man, brother, stop getting all religious. Let me tell you something. Well, let me give you a proverb.
Huh? He said the proverb.
I'm playing with you.
Oh, go. Get yours in there.
Man, you know what I'm saying? But brother, that's just powerful, bro. That's all I can say, man. That's just what it is, man.
Man, it is a blessing to meet both of y'all, man. And yeah, I
Can't
think
wait to see y'all on the other side.
right, man. We're gonna have us a good time, man.
Now, y'all pick somewhere nice so we can go now. I'm gonna put on my nice clothes. Yeah.
All I got is polos.
That's it? Oh, you Ralph Lauren? You Ralph Lauren King? You know what I'm saying?
Ralph Lauren, you see even the glasses.
Man, come on, boy.
Games, man.
Ralph need to cut you a check.
Ralph, owe me a check, man.
Call that man Ralphie.
Hold up. Check the bag.
Look at that. Come on, man. I see it. Look at it.
Yeah,
look, he be wearing a hoodie in the house. You know what I'm saying?
I got the darker side across the back. You know, Polo let you make the like your own customized polos now.
No.
So that's why I said I don't know if you can see. Can you see the darker side?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay.
It says darker side across the back.
Come on,
make sure. Yeah, big facts.
Hold on, man. I thought that was German or something on your back. I don't know what that was, but when you read it to me like that.
Yeah, it's darker
Hold on,
side.
I'm gonna buy one too
right.
now. I'm gonna...
We you know, so we bringing this polo thing to a new level, man. While you trading, day trading, then I'm about to bring this polo thing to the whole country, because you know in South Africa before we go.
No.
Before we go.
You did a whole video on it.
Before we go, the South African polos ain't Ralph Lauren polos. It's not. No. It's another company. It's another company. So it's a long, sorted story. But the South African polo, it almost made me not move there.
Come on. Say, we can't do it. Listen, it's all about the shirt.
You have to go to Nigeria.
Man, no, we'll make one for you right now. Man. Say, no, man, this is good. We definitely got to get connected up though, man. Absolutely, man.
Definitely. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording. We'll chop it up for a second before we go.
Okay, sounds
all
good.
Right, family. Thank you guys so much for watching.